What is life? What is love? What is love? What is love?
I love Beyond the Bones.
Bulgaria loves Beyond the Bones, and they are singing Bones at Eurovision 2018. It's the group EQUINOX. Shall we talk about it?
Let's do this!
Your soul. I love beyond the bone. I love beyond the bone.
You guys, there was so much hype leading up to the reveal of the group and the song #1 with the bookies. It's still in the top 5. This is a weird one for me. So depending on my mood and depending on the point in my journey with this song, because this song is a journey, and I feel like everyone goes through it with this song, I either think it is existential or self-indulgent. I think it's meditative, or I think it's monotonous. I think it's monotonous, or I think it's magic, and it's constantly changing, but I like it for this very reason, because this is not a simple song. This is not a straightforward song. It is a risk, but I feel like this risk will pay off because they have really carefully selected the artist. Their voices blend surprisingly well. I thought it was just, like a pick and mix. I'm taking you, and I'm taking you three. But no, Borislav Milanov put a lot of thought into this. He didn't just spot some dude on YouTube in America's Got Talent. He listened, he researched, he thought about the other voices, and he's created something very powerful. I've said it a million times before. It's either going to be Halloween or haute couture. This is more haute couture. This is high fashion. This is high art. This is avant-garde and edgy, and if they can nail their vocals, it will be very powerful. So far, in London, it was very promising. To the point that some people said Jana was singing playback because she sounded so good. I cannot, comment on this. I do not know. I just know that I loved it, and I thought it got a very good reaction, rightly so. They're a fun group. Watch our interview on wiwibloggs.com on the YouTube channel as well. They're hilarious. This feels more than a common framework. This actually feels like a group of friends singing, and I'm not yet blown away, but I'm getting there. I'm on the edge of the cliff, and when we see the amazing staging, then I will be blown away. Sasha Jean-Baptiste is working on this. I think this is good. So long story short, I think it's a risk, but I think this risk is a beautiful, beautiful risk to take.
Commonly you find bones from a skeleton when someone has died. This is not dead, this is alive, this is living. I don't know if it's quite at the stage where it's giving me life yet. I'm not reborn and resuscitated, but we're getting close to I'm very close. It's a Frankenstein beast of a song. I'm very close to getting life from the monster. It puts me on because on paper it shouldn't work. Yeah. And to be fair, at London I wasn't totally convinced by the chemistry. They still have multiple pre-parties to work on that and kind of form up the chemistry before they get there. Sasha Jean-Baptiste is doing the staging, she can pull it together because they use the common framework thing. You put them on paper together, they don't all blend. Seeing them live, they can harmonize and do it. And admittedly, London, there may have been some playback involved, but I believe videos on our site, videos elsewhere, you can see on their own terms they can harmonize and do it and nail it. So I think the vocals will be there. This song really will live or die by its staging. Yeah. And to be fair, when you're on a life or death situation, Sasha Jean-Baptiste is a good woman to call some of the time. So yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. I think this is good. I can see the quality. The song is great. It's just about how it ends up looking on the stage at the end of the night.
I think that initially I was one of the people that there was so much hype around Bulgaria and Equinox and the song that I did kind of feel a little underwhelmed by it to begin with, because it's not an immediate song, and maybe that's the problem for Eurovision. It's not immediate. You need to listen to it a few times. But then I think, you kind of needed to listen to Skeletons a few times. And, that did perfectly respectable last year for Azerbaijan. and that, you know, same kind of arty, a little bit dark kind of feel to it. But this has got such a vocal range and power to it that kind of sets it aside, makes it stand out a bit. I thought that at London, I thought that they were very good. I was the one. I thought that Zana was definitely doing some. It didn't seem like it was quite 100% live, but maybe it was. Maybe she's that good.
She won X Factor Bulgaria.
Exactly. You don't do that. Like, look at the people that have been on that show, and it is real talent. So yeah, I think that there is a lot of potential, but I thought that they looked good on stage together. They worked well together. I think my fear is, and it will be the thing, is that we thought Genealogy looked great on stage together at the start of 2015. Even the rehearsals, like the first week, we were like, this is really good. And then it got to the actual live shows and things like that, and it all started to become, no, we're all solo singers again. We're all just going to start singing over each other. And as that pressure builds, I hope that they're just managing them and that they're, you know, that chemistry remains there, because that could be a real issue. Because one problem and suddenly the whole thing falls apart. You know, it's fine if it's one person by themselves, you know, that's bad for you, but then you're bringing down the entire thing, and then there's argument. You know, it can
A lot of
spiral
moving
out of
parts.
control.
It's a delicious cocktail. You add one wrong ingredient, it's going to ruin the whole drink.
There are many blurred boundaries in what we're describing, what we're discussing, and I think voice and visuals will clarify everything.
So long as it's not too dark.
Yes.
Let there be light. This is make or break. Of course, their video is in the universe. It is darkness, but there is that white light, the equinox, where light meets darkness. So I think they understand it needs to become light. It may start dark, but we will be taken on a journey. Pull me in. All right, let's go around and give our scores with any final thoughts. Let's start with you.
I'm giving it a 6.5, which I think from where I was initially with the song, I have grown to like it a little bit more, but I think that there's a lot of potential things to go wrong with it, and I'm just not entirely sold on the whole thing yet. I think that I think if the staging is as spectacular as it could be, then this could be really one to watch out for, but I just kind of feel like the song does leave me feeling a little empty. As much as it's atmospheric and it builds, I just feel like for too much of it, I'm like, oh, nothing. It doesn't make me feel anything.
I mean, you know, they say fortune favors the bold, or at least I think that's the phrase, and this is a bold move from Bulgaria. You're putting, like, all these disparate parts on stage. Let's see how it turns out. Currently, having mentioned the cocktail earlier, it's like a nice cosmopolitan. It's a good 7.5 out of 10 from me. Nice little situations. And having mentioned the dark stage, if anyone's going to get it right, it's Bulgaria. I mean, Polyanova, Christian Kostov,
Fantastic.
both dark stages. So let's see what they bring to the stage. Let's see if SJB can work her little magic, as it were.
Christian Kostov, Bulgaria, brought dark pop.
Yeah.
This is bringing dark art. It's the next level. Generation Next 2.0 elevated. He came second. So where do you go from number 2? If you're moving up, you go to number 1. To build on your point, if you want to scale Mount Everest, you have to take a risk. You may die and freeze to death with no food in an avalanche, but you may scale the highest mountain in the world. And I think that's what Bulgaria is doing. Now, I'm not assuming there's going to be some corpses and some bones showing at the end of this.
And Julia Samoilov is waiting at the top.
Oh, yes. Love that music video. But look, this is strong. I love what they're doing to me, it's a bit of a mind F-U-C-K. Yeah. There's a sound in this song. It's like a metallic clang. It reminds me of Halloween. It's like you hear it at haunted houses, but it works so well here. My score is a 9. Wow. 9, honey. Almost a 10 because of the risk. I'm gonna keep singing it to high heaven. I respect you. All right. We, of course, are not the only Wiwi bloggers. There are dozens of them all over the world, under rocks, under your bed. So hide your kids, hide your wife. They are all over the place.
Altos monsters.
Yes. And the overall global average, accounting for folks in New Zealand, Ireland, Romania,
Bulgaria,
Germany, honey,
Netherlands.
Italy, Spain, Portugal,
Norvège.
is 7.94.
That's high.
That's a huge score.
Talk about scaling Everest. That was like...
Yeah. I mean, it's looking down at Kilimanjaro like, hey, little mountain, this is big.
And it shows that if you take a risk, then it can really pay off at Eurovision.
Totally. I mean, sometimes you got to spend your kids' lunch money buying lottery tickets, but then you win. You know what? It's a risk. This is excellent. Approaching an 8. In any case, are you loving Beyond the Bones? Do you love The Bones? Can Bulgaria win? Is this an automatic top 5? What should they do on the stage? Let us know here on Wiwi Blogs.
Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and buy our t-shirts. Links
All
are in the
aboard.
description.
And hit up all our social media channels. We're at wiwibloggs, and visit the website wiwibloggs.com because that's a ping too.
We'll see you later. Bye.